Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, sweethearts. It's me again. Today we're doing a chatty get ready with me. Normally I sit at an angle when I film my videos, but today I said let me sit looking straight at you guys. I hope that this isn't going to be a long rambly video. We have so much to talk about, so we're gonna talk while I do a very light beat. I'm very light. I like to keep my makeup nice and light. So we're gonna do just a nude look. So just like makeup and lip gloss, and then we're done, and then we're gonna talk, but we're talking anyway throughout it all. So the format is a Q&A, and then we're gonna talk about some hot topics that I've already like decided on. I've written them down so that I don't forget anything. So first of all, let me just pull up the questions, and then by the way, I've already done like I've already done my skin because I did this mask. I bought this mask in South Africa at this like local pharmacy, and honestly it's amazing because your skin like tingles. Your skin, you can literally feel your skin like tingling as you put it on. I'm loving that. So I've done that, and I've already like combed my hair, but I'm gonna fix my hair a little bit because I'm not crazy about how it looks on here, but we'll do that at the end. So I have questions, so I wanted to answer the questions, and then I'll start off with YouTube questions as well. First questions are from YouTube, and the first question here is from M. Nicole Chic. Do you think Hermes, Chanel, and Dior will realistically open boutiques in Africa? Do you think, regardless of the political optics, French houses will ultimately open boutiques in Africa? Great question, M. Nicole. Thank you for that. And her question was because in my Johannesburg vlog, I was saying why I think maybe why Chanel and Hermes and them might be a little bit nervous of opening boutiques. By the way, there's a mirror here, that's why I'm using it. So do you think Hermes, Chanel, and Dior will realistically open? I think that right now, like, I feel like there's only one brand that I think I could see it now, only because I feel like they're taking it seriously. Maybe Dior. I feel like Dior will probably open a fashion boutique before like Chanel do. But at the same time, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's so hard to tell with these brands because they have a strategy here. Definitely Dior and Chanel do for the African market. And remember how I told you in South Africa, like the boutique will act as a gateway for all other African countries. Like all other luxury consumers from African countries will just go there. Chanel, I think, could as well, because Chanel do have a beauty boutique, but it's hard to tell like how Chanel would do it. Chanel have their Métier d'Art show coming in December. They're going to do a catwalk show in Dakar in Senegal. That could be an appetizer. Maybe they want to see if people are excited. Do people feel excited? Is there excitement? I feel like the Chanel brand is very strong. The Dior brand is very strong. I actually feel like those two would probably open before Big H. I feel like Big H just maybe doesn't know how to come here and how to do it, you know, but the demand is here. Like the demand for luxury brands is absolutely here. Demand is absolutely here. I think that French fashion houses just, if they come here, they need to, these were new, that's why I got them in South Africa. I just hadn't opened them, so I was like, let me just open them now. If they come here, they need to be respectful. Like, if you're coming here, be respectful. Don't come here and be disrespectful, because people are not going to accept any disrespect. And I think that's the thing that a lot of these brands like need to get with the program. If you come here, boo-boo. You keep it Gucci and you're respectful to the local clients that are here. Don't come here and bring your shenanigans and your games here, because that is not going to work. So realistically, I can't see Big H opening, honestly, anytime soon. But I can see Dior and Chanel opening eventually, for sure. Because I feel like there's a market for them, and I feel like they can make it happen. The next question from YouTube was from Roman. Do you think they can see your Dior purchases on your trip to Paris? Will you still buy Dior from Paris? Now you can get it so close to home. Great question. Well, now that I can get Dior Beauty in South Africa, definitely I don't need to use a personal shopper now. I don't need to use a personal shopper. Before I was going to use a personal shopper, I wanted to buy lip glow. I don't need to do that now because the Dior Beauty boutique is there. I really hope to go back to Johannesburg soon. I was telling Edwin, I was like, I want to go back soon. And he was like, you literally want to go back next week? I was like, I know. Do you think they can see your Dior purchase? I don't know. But when I go to Paris this autumn, winter, I will ask the SA if they can see the purchases, because I think that's a good question. And will I still buy Dior from Paris? Yes, absolutely, because I can't access the fashion goods here. I can't access the homewares. The only thing they sell are the beauty products, the perfumes, and the skincare. So yeah, I definitely will still purchase from I definitely will still, you know, purchase from Dior in Paris, because there's a lot that I'm interested in, and I feel like I'm just kind of interested now in Dior again. Like, it's been a while for me. I don't know. I think it's been some time, because there's certain things about Dior's business that I have always found quite irritating about the way they do certain things, like the way they're always changing the logo for their business and stuff. But then at the same time, I'm kind of like, you know what? I actually am loving what Dior is doing at the moment. So in terms of like the book tote and the saddle, I'm loving the exotic. So I'm going to give them a go. And I'm loving the beauty products as well. Okay. So let's get started now with my makeup. I'm going to be using the mirror that's in this like MAC contour like palette that I have. So please forgive me while I use the mirror, because it's just easier for me to use the mirror there instead of to look in here. So now let me answer some Instagram questions. The question that I ask people on Instagram, okay, is like, what do they think about, like, what are like really annoying things that influencers do that are like luxury influencers? Okay, so luxury Instagrammers, luxury bloggers, what are like super annoying things that luxury influencers do? The first sticker said, from Brianna, said, trying to justify purchases by saying, I've worked so hard, or I'm passing it on to my children. This is facts, okay? But I want to explain why I think this happens. So I think a lot of people feel really guilty about spending money on luxury goods. By the way, this smells so good, okay? They feel guilty about spending money on luxury. So they say things like, oh, I've worked so hard on, you know, my job or my business, my career, and I'm going to pass this on to my kids. And that's like a thing that I keep hearing now as well. Like, a lot of people justify huge bag collections by saying, you know, I'm going to give this to my daughter. I mean, who knows what your daughter, you know, your future daughter is going to be interested in when, you know, when she's 16. I keep banging this. I'm sorry. It's because the stand is like by my feet. I apologize for that. Who knows what your daughter's gonna like when she, you know, is 16? We don't know that, and you don't know that. So just say that you're buying it because you like it. I know why people say that, and yes, I don't have kids. Before you're like, well, you don't have kids. I don't have kids yet, and maybe when I have children, then I will understand that. That's a fair critique before anyone starts and tries to come for me. But I do agree with Brianna, like, that is annoying. Just stand in your truth and enjoy your purchases. I feel like I have justified a purchase or two before, and I'm not going to do that again. You know, I had my Swarovski crystal ring unboxing, which, by the way, I'm wearing it here. I love this ring so much. Edwin thinks this ring is amazing. I just went and bought it, and he was like, because I put it on my Instagram stories, he's like, you didn't show me that you got a ring from Swarovski. I was like, you know, okay. But I wasn't justifying the ring purchase in the video. I think by the time you see this Get Ready With Me, you would have already have seen that I did the Dior Beauty unboxing. I'm not going to justify it, okay? It's super annoying watching people justify things. It is annoying, and I know what Brianna is saying. So yeah, I do agree with you, but I think this is because people feel embarrassed that they are spending a lot of money on luxury goods. So they feel like they need to explain why they have purchased it. I'm not going to name this person, but there's a YouTuber in particular, a luxury YouTuber, who does this a lot. I think she does it because she gets attacked. So she feels like she needs to explain her purchases so that people don't attack her. But I think what ends up happening is you end up coming across really tone deaf, because the stuff is very expensive as it is. There's no point trying to kind of justify it. Just enjoy your purchases, okay? Love your purchases and enjoy them. I think that is the best way to look at it. And I'm definitely not going to justify my purchases like moving forward, okay? Caleb, send me a PM. You and I, we need to talk. I've got fun things I want to tell you about luxury and luxury cars. Caleb says they're redundant, sheep-like, non-individual taste. I know what you mean. Honestly, I think what's happening with a lot of luxury influencers, to Caleb's point, is a lot of it is sheep-like, for sure, because everyone has the same opinion. Everyone has the same bags, everyone has the same fashion, everyone goes to the same destinations, travel-wise, because it's not just about luxury fashion, like luxury travel. Everyone goes to the same places, everyone does the same thing. So I know what he means, and I think the problem with this is that people just do the same thing because they want to fit in. People don't want to stand out and have like a point of view. And I think also the kind of obsession with resale value is what is creating this like redundant sheep-like mentality that Caleb is referring to, because everyone just wants to have things that, you know, increase in value, or this thing has a lot of value, or this thing has a lot of value. That doesn't help you have your own individual sense of style. A lot of you don't like Versace, a lot of you don't like Moschino. I don't care, okay? Guess who doesn't care? Me, boo-boo. I do not care, honey. I love Versace, I love Moschino. There was a TikToker who did this like TikTok, I swear it was like, is Versace like tacky? Versace's tacky. And I was like, you better sit yourself down, honey, because this big Versace has been responsible for some of the biggest looks and fashions for the past, 40 years. So chill out. So I think luxury influencers just all have the same point of view, because people don't want to stand out. People just want to see this as a way to make money. And the way to make money is to have safe luxury opinions. Like, if someone has $10,000 like to spend on a handbag, although I don't know if 10,000 US dollars be enough for a Chanel flap at this point, but everyone will tell that person, go buy a Birkin, go buy a Kelly, go buy a Chanel bag. People won't tell that person, hey, take 10,000 and go to Balenciaga, go to Off-White and get the Off-White Jitney, get the Balenciaga Hourglass in the calfskin smooth finish, which is super beautiful, by the way. Go to Prada and get a Shopper. People won't say that. Everyone will tell the person, go and buy a Chanel classic, even if it's not the person's style. And that's the thing I don't understand. I have a lot of my friends who always ask me, like, I just got a big check, I want to go buy a, designer handbag, what bag should I buy? I always ask them, like, what's your sense of style? Like, what's that person's style? It's not good enough to say, go buy a Chanel bag, go buy a Birkin, go buy a Kelly, so we can all look the same. That's my kind of gripe with it. I hope that no one's offended. I hope I didn't offend anyone. Okay, just making sure that my neck looks good here. I hope no one's offended. I'm loving this foundation. It's meant to be very breathable. Everything is linked below and mentioned in the description, in case you're interested, so that I'm not interrupting the, so I'm not constantly interrupting like the video to explain what I'm using. Teddy the Tiny Terrier says, copy other influencers. Ah, that's the good one. Yeah. People get copied, and let me tell you right now, I've seen some of my stuff being copied, okay? And I've already told you I'm not an influencer. Now I'm not gonna break my nails trying to open this. I have to now open it with my Kanga. I hope I'm not gonna break my nails opening this, because it's new. I just unboxed it. Okay, I have to turn off the camera and open the concealer because it's shut tight. Okay, I successfully opened it off camera. So back to Teddy's statement / question. Copy other influencers. Yes, I've seen some of my stuff copied, and I don't see myself as an influencer, but it's super annoying seeing your stuff copied. It's really annoying when you see it copied and people don't credit you or even mention you in their video or tag you in the description. It's super annoying. But here we are. Now, in terms of generally speaking, like for YouTubers and influencers like copying each other, that is something that is happening. YouTubers and influencers do copy each other. The problem is that if someone has like a larger following, it's much easier for them to particularly to copy like a smaller channel, because the smaller channel doesn't have the clout that that channel has. So people aren't gonna like know the smaller channel is being copied. But definitely larger channels, larger influencers absolutely copy smaller channels. This is generally speaking, not just in the luxury YouTube like community or the luxury Instagram community. My thing is like, just credit the people where you see things. Like if you see something and you are an influencer, you have a big following, credit the influencer or the blogger or the page that came up with it. Don't like take someone else's work and run with it and kind of make it as your own. I've actually had some of you have reached out to me and said, hey, I was watching this person's channel and I'm pretty sure she's like literally copied something that you have said, and it was like a specific way I said it, and it's literally been lifted from my videos. That is extremely annoying. Okay, I know I'm gonna get PMs. Who is it? I'm not gonna tell you because I don't care anymore. I don't have beef with these people, because I think that sometimes people just copy without even realizing that they've copied you. Maybe you watch, and like with me, when I watch people's videos, if I see something that I think is amazing, I will mention it. And by the way, that reminds me, I was watching Rachel Goes Shopping's YouTube channel, and I was watching her TikTok. On her TikTok, she actually did this TikTok explaining the history of the Faubourg Birkin Cellier, you know, the 20 centimeter Faubourg Birkin, like that is only offered for VIPs. It cannot be SO'd. I think you have to be offered it in FSH. So she did this like amazing TikTok video, and she was explaining like the history of the Faubourg Birkin Cellier. I never knew the history of that. I just knew that it was the Faubourg Birkin, but I never knew like this incredible TikTok. I posted it on my Instagram stories, you know, because I was like, wow, it's so amazing. I want you guys to go and watch it. And I just was like, whoa, and that's why I've just mentioned it now because it's so brilliant. She's brilliant. Love her channel, love her YouTube channel, love her TikTok. And I think it's just super important to highlight people. When someone has done something which is amazing and dope and you liked it and you want to tell your audience, you should, you know, uplift that person and be like, hey guys, go watch that. Now, the problem is a lot of influencers don't want to give credit. And for some reason, influencers with huge followings, for some reason, I don't know whether maybe they think that they're better than influencers who have a smaller following or something, or they think they're too good to like shout out a smaller creator or a smaller influencer. But influencers with larger pages, generally speaking, will never mention or shout out a smaller page. Not all of them. I've seen some influencers with larger followings like come leave positive comments on my page, and that's fantastic and that's great. And we're not entitled or owed it, but it would be nice, like if you see something original that someone has done, it would be really nice if, you know, instead of just like copying that person, being like, hey, you know, this is really dope. I saw this at XYZ's page, or go check out their page because I saw this, I thought you guys might like it. It's extremely annoying to see your work or original ideas that you worked really hard on be copied and be taken without it being referenced to you. Like the fact that some of you have even reached out to me and said, hey, like I saw this on XYZ you know, YouTube channel, like, do you know about this? I'm like, yes I do. Okay. I'm like, yes, I do know about that. And they're like, how do you feel about it? I'm like, girl, please. I don't like it, but and if the person felt like they needed to copy what I was doing, fine. In terms of the influencers with an even bigger following, my kind of feeling is like, if the influencer has a bigger following and they're kind of copying each other, they do it as a job. So if they feel like they want to copy each other, they can go do that. It's really annoying if you're copying someone who has a smaller following than you, because you know very well that your followers and subscribers probably don't watch their channel and will never know that you copied them. So I kind of went on a long-winded rant there, but it's extremely annoying seeing stuff copied. So yeah, don't ask me who's copying me. Okay, there are a few of them. I'm not telling you. who they are. And I see other people's channels that I like. I see them be copied, and I don't like it. Okay, if you like what someone's doing, uplift them, mention them, highlight them on your Instagram, and uplift them. That is the way to do it. Okay, don't like take people's ideas and then pass them off as your own. It's extremely annoying. I have a master's in magazine journalism, by the way, so I'm very passionate about sources and people being referenced correctly. That's just me. Okay, so got me going on rants. That's gonna be, sorry, I keep kicking it. This is gonna be a very long get ready with me, so I apologize in advance. Alice Good SF says exist, like, because the question was like, what do influencers do wrong? Or what are the annoying things that influencers do? You said exist. No, stop, come on. Luxury influencers are needed, okay? The ones, okay, I think though, to be honest, there's a difference between the people who do this as a job and the people who do this like casually as like for fun. Like I'm doing this casually, you know, this isn't like my job. It's not my career. You've seen there times when I go, long periods of times and I haven't posted. I'm just looking at my earrings. I'm trying to think which earrings I'm wearing. Sometimes I go through periods when I'm like, oh, I'm not posting because I'm busy, you know, doing work or doing other things. But the people who do this like as a job, oh God, look at this powder. The people who do this as a job, like it is hard work. Like when I was in Johannesburg filming the vlogs, I remember like on Monday, if you watch my Johannesburg vlog, which is on my channel pages, on Monday, my husband was like, why aren't you vlogging? Because we were absolutely shattered. Not Monday, I don't know why I keep saying that. Saturday when we arrived, because we arrived in the morning. He was like, you're not vlogging. I was like, I'm exhausted. And he was like, but professional channels keep, you know, uploading. You are not doing it. You need to do it. And I'm like, oh, keep posting. And I'm like, no, I'm too tired. You know, my audience will understand that I'm gonna do my best for Sunday, because Sunday we had that full day. We went to Mabone, we went on the helicopter ride, we did all these fun things. So luxury influencers do help, and they are helpful. So I know you're like, oh, you're defending one because you're one. No, I am not a influencer, my God, no. And definitely after the Johannesburg trip, I realized that I could never do this as a job. Like I could never do this as like my work or my career. Okay, I couldn't. Now I know I can't. Okay, but I think luxury influencers are needed. So let's give luxury influencers a break, because sometimes like I'll watch a luxury YouTuber or luxury Instagrammer's page and see things that they have liked and be like, oh, I might like that. Let me go check that out as well. But it really depends, because I don't really like to watch people who all kind of have like the same like opinions about stuff and all like the same stuff. Like right now I'm really liking influencers who talk a lot about Off-White and who talk about like Alaya and Bottega. Like those are brands that I'm kind of getting into, and Ferragamo. I'm kind of looking for people who have a different, fresh perspective. I don't just want to hear, and I know you're going to be like, you talk about Big H all the time, talk about Big C all the time. Like, yeah, I do love Chanel and Hermes and Louis Vuitton. I love those brands, and Gucci as well. But I do love other brands as well. And if you're a member of my group, you do know that I post other houses all of the time. So I know you're saying they do things wrong by existing. I wouldn't agree with you on that about existing, because some of them do help and some of them are good. But I can see why some people are like kind of tired of luxury influencers as well. I'm loving this brush, by the way. This was a good buy. Those of you in South Africa, I bought this in Discount at pharmacy. It's really, really good. Okay, so the next one here is from Bree. Says, telling us to pause the video and guess what they purchased, just show me. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Although I feel like I was annoying this week in the group, because I'd buy things and just show people the bags in the group and be like, guys, I bought this, but I'm not showing you until, because I always want to time my pictures with my YouTube unboxing videos, so that people in the group will come and watch the unboxing. Because obviously if they know I've posted it, then they know that, oh, she probably has something up on the channel. But so I feel like I was kind of annoying this week, because in my Facebook group, which is linked below, I'll just post a picture of the bag. I got something, but I'll show you on the weekend. But yeah, it's super annoying when you're watching a video and the influencer is like, guys, guess what I got? It's like, We're watching the video. Boo boo. Okay, show us. In fact, I did watch an Hermes Quota bag unboxing that was very much like that. Like the person was like, guess what I got? Guess what did I get? Sorry, I can't speak today. Guess what did I get? Did I get a Birkin or did I get a Kelly? And it's like, guess what I got? And the person's like opening it. Guess what I got? It's like, can you just stop? Okay. I know people do it for views, because people don't think you're going to watch the video if they say what it is. And for some reason, if the product is a Constance, people don't write that in the description. I love the Constance now, so I watch a Constance unboxing, but I hate when people don't write. I hate when people do this. If you're a YouTuber, please do not do this. Okay, don't put, okay, so I think we're done now. My face, I'm loving this makeup. It's very light. It's very great. If you're a YouTuber and you're watching this now, don't do this. Don't put Hermes unboxing. Okay, I'm trying to find out, where is my, I had laid everything out here and now I can't see it. I have to go get my eyebrow, oh, there it is. Okay. Don't put like Hermes bag unboxing. Guess what bag I got? Put, if it's a Constance, put Hermes unboxing Constance 18. I did my Swarovski unboxing. I put luxury unboxing Swarovski crystal ring. So when you see the title, you know it's a Swarovski crystal ring. You know, I didn't put luxury unboxing, guess which piece of jewelry I bought, because some people might think it's Van Cleef, some people might think it's Cartier, someone might think it's Bulgari. And then the people who don't like Swarovski might be like, oh God, all of that just for a Swarovski crystal ring. I love my ring, wearing it here, I love it and it makes me happy. But I don't want to like be annoying like with the title and be like, guys, guess what it is? So people do that a lot for the Constance, people do that for the Picotin, people do that for the Evelyn, because they feel like people aren't going to watch the video. But I would prefer you write it, because for example, for me, I like the Mini Rudy. I like the Mini Rudy bag. I think it's really cute. I'd love to have one. So I would happily watch a Mini Rudy unboxing. I'll watch a Cinetic unboxing. I like that bag. I know many people don't like that bag. I like that bag. I'll watch it. So like, I think, you know, it's super annoying when people, yeah, when people like are like, hey, guess what it is? Yeah, that's really annoying, but it really annoys me when people don't write what it is in the title. So moving forward, I promise I will write every single thing that is in the title. I will make sure that I write it. Like if it's a specific thing, or if I get something from Miu Miu, I will say what it is. So that way you know what you're watching, you know, and I think that's better. This is the lip gloss from MAC, which I'm loving. Okay, the next question. Again, thanks to everyone on Instagram who answered. Lula, who's also a YouTuber, go check out her channel. Clickbait, they spend 2 minutes on a topic, then the rest of it is an ad for Anna Louise or Lily Silk. The way I know who you're talking about. Many YouTubers are doing this, okay? It is really getting annoying. I think that there are a lot of YouTubers. There's literally a YouTuber I just watched yesterday literally do exactly that. Like a lot of luxury YouTubers are doing that at the moment. So my kind of reading on it is like this. I think like an ad for 10 minutes in the video. Like I just watched a luxury video and a YouTuber had a 10-minute ad, and this is a YouTuber I really like. I think she's fantastic, but this was too much. She put a 10-minute ad, okay, in the video, and it was like a 10-minute of her talking about a brand for 10 minutes. I have a marketing business. I have a marketing company, okay? I totally understand marketing, trust me. But 10 minutes inside the video, because what's happening is brands have basically realized that if a YouTuber shouts out their brand at the beginning of the channel, at the beginning of the video, people don't watch the whole thing. People will just fast forward the ad, right? So now brands want you to do the try on after the first 3-4 minutes. They'll be like, can you try this on and show your audience? Well, if I'm talking to you about Hermes or doing a bait video, let's say in my case, because I do Hermes bait videos, I do Chanel videos, I do Louis Vuitton videos, and then, you know, every now and then, yeah, I'll have my own unboxing to show you. If I'm talking to you about a Kelly bait list or Louis Vuitton preview, and then I'm like, guys, by the way, there's this brand called Kagem. Let's talk about it for 10 minutes. But I'm talking to you about, Louis Vuitton. This is Kagem's product. Kagem's product is like this, and it's like this, and it's like this. And if I'm like talking to you about it, that is really jarring. I think a 10-minute long ad is way too much. So I'm glad that you brought this up, because I literally have seen a bunch of these things recently. Like 10, like, because here Lula says they spend 2 minutes on the topic, the rest is a vid, the rest of it is an ad for Anna Louise or Lily Silk. And don't get me wrong, like for me, and I know many YouTubers, we all agree, like this is a form of labor. It is a form of work. You definitely deserve to be compensated, definitely, because filming videos takes time. I think that the advert needs to connect with the channel. I talk about luxury brands, luxury shopping on my channel, and I talk about the African luxury market on this channel. So anything that I do has to be connected to luxury shopping, luxury brands, and luxury generally speaking, right? But I don't think I could put a 10-minute ad in between me talking about like for example, me doing a dragging video, and then talking for 10 minutes about something that has nothing to do with luxury brands, luxury dragging, or any of those major luxury shopping houses that we follow and we like. That doesn't make sense. But I understand why they do it, because people do need to be compensated. So it's a tough one. In fact, I actually just heard from a brand recently that wants to work with me. So I'm chatting to them at the moment. But I wouldn't in good faith be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna talk to my glamazons about your product for 15 minutes, and the money's very good, but everything isn't about money. There is trust here, and like me being a businesswoman, like I have to make business decisions every day, every week in my business. So why would I make a bad business decision on this channel that I love so much and like alienate you guys because I want to make $1,000 by doing a try on video, doing a try on ad in the middle of a video? I get why YouTubers do it, trust me, I get why YouTubers do it, but for me I think it's a little bit over the top, and it's a bit too much, particularly if it's an unboxing. Like that's like another thing that's happening now, and again, like I said, I feel like for me anyway, a 2 minute, like maybe even 2 minutes is a long time, because in marketing you don't think in terms of minutes, you think in terms of seconds. Like for those of you who know the TV industry well, like an advert will be a 10-second ad, a 15-second ad. Like even 15 seconds is a long time. Hey guys, I want to promote this to you, da, da, da. I mean, that's a long time. That's already like 3 seconds of me talking, and people are already going to switch off because it's an ad. So I think luxury YouTubers and luxury influencers deserve to be paid, but should be thinking carefully about the way that they integrate ads into their videos. You really do need to think about that, and it's definitely a good point. Okay, so these are all the Instagram questions. Thank you so much to everyone who took part. Thank you for supporting. Whenever I ask you guys, like, ask me questions, you do, that's great. Now I want to like stay on topic. Okay, so I want to show you what we're going to be talking about next, so that I don't ramble, because sometimes in these videos, like I can end up rambling and boring people. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about next. Okay, now something which I find uncomfortable about the luxury social media world at the moment is a lot of people who have luxury YouTube channels, okay, are not being transparent about a lot of things. And by transparent, what I mean is transparent in a luxury point of view. I don't think anyone is entitled or owed any information about people's private life. Like, I don't actually really care about someone's private life. I don't care about that. You guys, you know me. I mention my husband a lot on this channel. I don't show him that often. He's in my videos every now and then, but it is what it is. But it's not a couples channel or anything like that. But something which I've been finding a little bit odd that I've been noticing at the moment is a lot of these how I afford luxury videos. And I've talked about it before, I've mentioned it a few times, but I want to kind of chat about it in a little bit more detail now, and also kind of be transparent with you guys as well. I don't like these how I afford luxury videos. I don't like them because, and I also don't like these videos that I'm noticing right now, encouraging people to go out and buy Chanel classic flaps and go and buy this Chanel classic flap and all the rest of it. I don't like these videos at the moment because I'm just fixing my hair, because I feel like a lot of them are creating these like unrealistic expectations about luxury shopping. So sometimes like you watch a YouTuber or an influencer, and for me it's really easy to tell if people are being transparent or not, because the person will be like, hey guys, you know, I don't go out to restaurants, I don't eat out, I don't go out for drinks, I don't drink alcohol, or I don't have cocktails, or I don't hang out with my friends, I don't get my hair or my nails done, and that's how I save up money to buy luxury goods. That is very, very, very disingenuous and very insincere. I'm sorry. Especially when you can tell that the person, if you like look at their social media, you can tell that the person's lifestyle is really like great. I feel like a lot of luxury YouTubers and luxury influencers, like if you have a YouTube channel, this is what I mean. You have to be able to explain like not how you can afford luxuries. I feel like that's the wrong question. I don't really care what people do for a living. I don't care. When I'm watching someone's channel and they're unboxing like a Lady Dior or whatever, I don't care what they're doing for a living. But I feel like if you then are going to give people advice on how they can afford a luxury handbag or a luxury car, and then you're telling people like, hey, don't go out to eat and don't get your nails done and don't go to the hair salon. I feel like that's super disingenuous. I was talking so passionately and then my camera died. So I think basically the point I'm making is, I think it's really important for those of us with pages to be a little bit forthcoming about certain things. Like when people tell other people, I need to turn on the AC, it's so hot in here, my makeup will melt. When people tell other people like, hey, just like don't go get your nails done, don't go to the cinema, don't go out and eat, and then you can save money for a luxury handbag. I mean, to me, like what's the point of missing out on those fantastic things that make life just fun and vibrant, just so you can buy a Chanel handbag or a Chanel ready-to-wear piece, or just so that you can buy a big H, like, you know, a big H jumper or something. I don't know about that. I think that the sort of degree of family money that is involved with a lot of luxury pages isn't something that's talked about. It's quite taboo. So I want to just talk about my like kind of my experience, a little bit about me. I'm quite private about a lot of things. I don't really talk a lot about like my life, but I do reference my parents a lot on here, and I reference my husband obviously as well. But one thing I will say is when I was in my 20s, was when I first like started my business career, I was really defensive about people making it seem like I was like a spoiled like brat, and I was lucky that my parents had like worked hard and had things like to pass down to me. I was quite defensive about that in a way that I think is inappropriate. I'm 36 now, so I can look back on the 24-year-old me and be like, hey, you know, acknowledge your privilege. So for example, I came back from the UK, I had a master's degree, my mother paid for all of my education. I've never taken out a student loan. She paid for my entire education, so I have no student loan debts, okay, for example. Many people in the West, you know, do take loans, and even here, many people take loans to go to uni. I didn't have to do that because my mother, you know, graciously did that for me. When I came back, you know, I was living at home. I think I was like 24, and then I was like, hey, I want to move out, and she's like, cool, you know, you can move out, but you have to go, you know, do that on your own. I'm not gonna like pay for you. I'm not gonna pay your rent. You can go do that on your own. So I had inherited some money. I took some of that money, I started my business, I purchased a car, and then from the profits of my business, I started paying rent on a flat. So, you know, without having inherited some of that stuff and some of that money, and in addition to obviously working, because I, you know, was working on my brand and I was trying to, you know, like be successful in business. I remember I was like calling 50 companies a day trying to sell my marketing services to them. I still need to acknowledge though that my mother paid for my entire education, so I never had student like debts to even think about. Like I never had to think about that. I thought everyone was like me. I was quite ignorant when I was younger. And then starting my business as well. Yes, I started my business, but yes, I did have some money that I had inherited, which helped to kind of put me on that ladder, because I was able to purchase a car. I was able to essentially kind of create this foundation where I could focus on that business, and then I used the profits of the business to rent a flat, you know? And most people in my country who have a similar background to me, a lot of them would be like, well, why would you move out when, you know, you could just live with your, you know, live with your mum for free? But I wanted to kind of do my own thing. But still, when I was in my 20s, I didn't acknowledge that privilege. I was still like, I've worked really hard. I've worked so hard. You can't take that away from me. And now I'm like 36, and God willing, like the day I have a child, I definitely want them to like acknowledge their privilege. And I'm sharing that to say that a lot of people in the luxury space do have this kind of privilege as well, okay? And a lot of people don't want to acknowledge it because they feel like it makes them look unrelatable, and they feel like they're going to be judged and critiqued for it. So another thing I want to share just to illustrate my point. So for example, when I started my business, like I said, I was like working on my business and I was like hustling, you know, working really hard trying to get clients and stuff. But then they got to a point where I did go to mum and say, look, mum, I've got this idea. I'm really passionate about my business. And she invested in my business and gave me more seed capital. I was making profits from my business as it was on my own, but definitely her seed capital helped to sort of catapult the business and helped it to grow. While my mum helped, you know, with the seed capital, I obviously still did all of the work, and I still do all of the work, you know, to this day. And my business has been able to grow and, you know, be successful. And I would say I'm in a comfortable position with my business doing well. But I'm sharing all of that to say that me going to Johannesburg, me going to Paris, you know, in January, going to Johannesburg now, whatever things I buy, like the beautiful home we have, the car and all of this stuff, all of the nice things that we have, definitely, at least in terms of my contribution, my husband is completely self-made, like from zero, like he did everything on his own. But definitely on my side, I have to acknowledge that I do come with that privilege in that I did inherit money, and also I inherited land. So for example, another thing that I want to share, and I'm only sharing this because I know only the people who really support this channel watch my Get Ready With Me's. But like, for example, a lot of people would be like, you know, trying to get a mortgage for the first time or trying to, you know, do all those things. And we, for example, this is our forever home. We do have a mortgage for this property, but I do also have land that I've inherited and property that I've inherited that's outside of this and that has nothing to do with this forever home. It's important for me to acknowledge those things, not to boast or show off, but to say that a lot of people in the luxury space are similar to my husband, completely self-made. Like my husband is self-made 100%. He wasn't given anything. He just did everything from scratch, and he built everything on his own. But there are a lot of people who also, like me, who did inherit things as well from their family and do have some sort of family money there. And I think it's important to acknowledge that. That doesn't mean that I don't work hard at my business. That doesn't mean that I haven't hustled, because I have worked very hard at my company. But I totally agree with the sort of comments in the Q&A before about when influencers and bloggers are like, I've worked so hard and I deserve this because I work really hard. It sometimes can really come across tone deaf when you don't acknowledge your privilege. I think it's really important to acknowledge privilege, and that's not to say that I'm someone who doesn't know like what people are going through and what people experience, because that's not true. I would say that I'm definitely someone who keeps up with current affairs, and I'm always like up to date, especially with what's going on in Tanzania, what's going on in my country. But I just wanted to mention, whenever people do those how I afford luxury videos, if someone has like a similar background to me, like you did inherit assets or funds, or you inherited things that made it easier for you compared to someone else, I don't think you should be telling people, hey, you can go to Paris, you know, and go shopping at Big H, and all you have to do is just not get your nails done, or don't go and do, you know, go to the salon, get your hair done, or don't buy clothes from fast fashion brands. I think that really comes across to me very insincere and tone deaf. So I wanted to share that because I think it's important to share, so that there is that degree of like a relative transparency. I mean, I'm not going to share that much, you know, because there are like other things that are private, you know, but I wanted to mention that because it does drive me absolutely insane when people don't mention that income is like the biggest thing here. Like if you have a really like high paying job, you know, and you earn a lot of money, you can have a lot of money for luxuries. But also if you have inherited assets and funds, you know, from your family, you don't have other worries that other people do have. And I didn't have that worry. I thought everyone was like me. I didn't even know that people like took out loans to go to uni. When I was much younger, I was very ignorant. It's only when I was older, I was like, whoa, people, take out loans, and, my mom paid for my education. It's really important to check your privilege. And I think in the luxury space, that's why I don't like those how I afford luxury videos, because a lot of them kind of minimize the person's wealth or the person's kind of financial ability. I hope that I didn't come across like a jerk here, but I just wanted to mention that because that's something that has always kind of like annoyed me. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to also just talk about is, oh my gosh, yeah, the situation in Johannesburg. Luxury has exploded there. Luxury is huge in South Africa. Like, I need to go back there. I just want to quickly mention it. Some of you asking what hotel I stayed at. I stayed at a hotel called the Maslow. It's in Sandton. Love that hotel. I want to go back to Johannesburg very soon. Sorry. But I also have my Paris trip coming up. There's also another trip for another country as well. A bunch of trips coming up. So I'll let you know when those are happening. But I want to go back to Johannesburg soon. I loved every minute of being there. Because some of you kept asking me like where I was staying. So it's called the Maslow. It's in Sandton. It's a really good hotel. The next thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys, by the way, I finished my look. I finished it off camera when the camera died. Is I want to talk about something that I think is going on with Big H. The Kelly bags, I think all of the Kelly bags, irrespective of where you are, all of them will become Quota bags very soon. I know that this isn't anything new because I think this is stuff that we have also all kind of chatted about, like the Kelly bags potentially all being Quota bags. But I think that the Kelly dance, the Kelly pochette, the mini Kelly obviously, and the Kelly cut, I think those 4 bags will be Quota bags sort of worldwide, generally speaking. I know some of you are in America and you've been told by your essays that the Kelly pochette is not a Quota bag in the US unless it's an exotic leather. However, I feel like in 2023, I think things are going to change. It's just a feeling I've been getting. Even in Paris, like getting the Kelly pochette, honey, like the Kelly pochette, was launched in 2004 and it was designed by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Like, it's not that easy to get. And I think also the Kelly dance and the Kelly cut, I know that lots of people think that they're not desirable, and I think it depends on your country. Like in some European countries the Kelly dance is a Quota bag, and I think even the Kelly cut, many people are like, oh god, the Kelly cut. I feel like the Kelly family, like all of the Kelly bags in the Kelly family, eventually, maybe not right now, but eventually they will all become Quota bags at Big H. I think this is something that you should think about if you're interested in maybe purchasing one of the Kelly bags. Like, be aware of that. The mini Kelly is absolutely a Quota bag. The Kelly pochette is a Quota bag in Europe and Asia as well. But I'm talking more about the Kelly dance and the Kelly cut. I think that we're going to see those bags like kind of rising in prominence, because I feel like right now it's just so hard to get an offer. I want to chat about something that I've been seeing a lot at the moment, and I actually was chatting with some of you about this as well privately, and I've noticed this, is I think that like some of you have been telling me like, oh, you're noticing that influencers, and please don't name drop anyone. Don't name drop anyone in the comments, because I don't have beef with anyone, okay? I'm happy for everyone who gets great offers, but like there's been a lot of chatter at the moment about influencers like getting, Big H offers, like all kinds of influencers. You see it a lot. I've seen like influencers get Big H offers. I saw, I think, an influencer get offered, oh, what's her name? I think she's called Audrey Peters. She's a TikToker. She was like, I think, gifted a mini Kelly and 5p bubblegum by Fashion File. I think she was also loaned like this really rare silk marble printed Constance. We're going to be seeing more and more and more of that from resellers, because I think that right now there's this kind of feeling that a lot of people kind of feel like, oh, I don't want to go into the boutique. I'm just gonna try and go at resale, and I'm going to try and purchase these bags at resale. So a lot of these reseller sites are trying to use influential people to promote these like really hard to get bags. But I think actually what we're going to see is, I feel like there is a kind of backlash against that now. I think it's easier for influencers to be offered like really coveted bags, and I don't think that you should feel bad. So this is kind of like a come to Jesus talk for you guys who are maybe waiting for offers. If you see an influencer get gifted or loaned a bag, or they get a bag and they didn't really have have to spend that much. Please don't feel like bad about yourself. Again, as someone who works in marketing, like it's just a way for the brand or the company to kind of promote their business more. To people who have a massive following and a massive reach. You know, if you're like a private person, you have 10 followers on Instagram, it's going to be easier for Big H to offer it to someone who has a ton of followers. So I'm kind of saying that because I know some of you are upset, and I just want you guys to know that an influencer getting a really great offer doesn't take away from you getting a fantastic, fabulous offer. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. You know, it just means that it's easier for that person to be offered something really nice. So I just wanted to kind of mention that because, I'm seeing a lot of this happen, and it's not like one person or anything. I've seen like I said, I mentioned Audrey Peters. Audrey literally got gifted that beautiful mini Kelly in 5p bubblegum. Like, I would love that mini Kelly as a Paris offer. I have no idea how much money you would need to spend to get that as a Parisian boutique offer. But if you see someone like Audrey, who, by the way, I follow and I think she's fun and she's vibrant, if you see someone like her get a really beautiful mini Kelly, and maybe you're like, okay, well, how come Audrey got the mini Kelly, but I haven't gotten mine? Just be patient and wait it out. Your time will come, and be patient. I am the queen of patience, honey. I know that when God wants me to have my bags, they will come, and I'm not worried about anyone getting an offer before me. Okay, so don't worry. That's all I'm saying. I just don't want you guys to feel bad, because I chat to a lot of you, and some of you have felt a bit down recently, and I don't want you to feel bad. Like, be happy for other people's offers, but your offer will come. So that's kind of my come to Jesus moment. Kind of for all of us. So I hope that this chat to get ready with me hasn't been really boring. So I finished my look, and yeah, I have a bunch of other videos coming. I've got a 2-part Versace unboxing for Versace Jeans Couture. I have a Johannesburg vlog. I don't know why I can't speak today. And what else do I have? I think I have another video coming, and then you guys will get a break from me, so I won't keep spamming you. So I just have so much content to share, and it's more of the same on here. We have a great time. I really want to go back to Johannesburg. Like, I had such a great time, but I have other trips coming as well, like my Paris trip, so I have to start planning that as well. I'd love to know what you guys think about all of my videos. If you love what I'm doing, follow all of my socials. They're linked below: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Go join my Facebook page, is linked below, and follow my page as well, and follow my TikTok and my Instagram. You can also read my blog, it's live. So yeah, thank you guys, always for supporting and watching. I'd love to know what you guys think about anything and everything. Do you like this format of video where I get ready and then we talk? Do you like it? Yes or no? You'll let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow in my next video.